Hello.
Hello.
Here we are. Very fashionably late.
Very.
And this time it's all my own fault.
All entirely your own fault.
Long story short, my Patreon unposted itself while it should have been posted, so it billed people.
Yeah.
So
you had to individually refund everybody.
That was a nightmare. It took me like an hour.
Yeah.
Because you have to click on the name, and then you have to check, and you have to press a refund, and then it takes about up to a minute to process the refund. Yeah. And then I had still too much money left. I was like, this is not right. My books are not adding up. And then I found that some of the people didn't show. Anyway, everybody should have gotten their refund now. So, oops. Yeah. This is not the spoopy, scary thing I had intended for my patrons, and I'm sorry if I did that to any of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meanie.
Okay.
That's not what you're playing.
No, I forgot that we ended at the Gary Debs.
We did. We
did at the again. Okay. Alright, I'm quite done dying. Do you want to do this? Can you not do before stream?
I did.
Oh no, my game is just...
Oh, no, again.
Oh, today is just gonna be a good day, isn't it? I was like, there goes the music. Well, that will be the game. Okay, well, let me find where it is. It's somewhere. There we go.
Don't forget to hide it.
I'm gonna hide it so I don't hurt anybody.
And there I am. I've been here the whole time. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
Hello, Ganondoodles. You're here just in time to see Socket's game crashing.
Yeah. So.
We good?
Yeah.
Well, game crashing. The capture card freezing, was it? Or
disconnecting.
Disconnecting. Yes. Sorry. Capture card disconnecting.
It's not very stable on the USB port, so sometimes if I nudge the cable, it's because I which is fine on games like these. But
yeah.
Like today as well, like for some reason it was doing that thing with the USB where it will not go in, no matter how you twist or turn. It's like, I know you're supposed to go in like
this. It just needs to go in the third way. But
yeah,
you
exactly.
Can't find the third way.
And like,
I had that with, like, I was doing my embroidery stuff today, like setting up my files and everything, and transferring images and files over with USB, and I literally didn't have a single USB stick that went in before the third try.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one needed to be put in the third way round. So.
Yeah. Yeah, with me, this time I had to like switch it around to the point that it's not in my preferred USB port because it was just not having the other ports. So I was like, okay, fine, be like this.
We all pity you.
Of
course, I've been there the whole time. I gotta voice the characters from somewhere. It's just true. I'm just hanging out at the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Me too. I have no idea what was the last thing we discussed. We finished the conversation with him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was talking about how he can spy on every single house.
Oh yeah,
lodger.
With the gas flicker.
Every single floor turns on a slightly different amount of gas. And if this was a Professor Layton game, you'd need to solve a puzzle involving the floors and the gas.
Just as well.
It would be a logic puzzle.
How do you all play these games? Okay, every single time I see her, it's like, oh my god, she's back! What is she doing here?
Yeah, this is the past.
I know this is.
Forget thou not.
Alright, so we're gonna go to. Oh, you're gonna go in like the easiest voice possible for you.
Honestly, it's actually fine.
Suzuki's fine. Oh, wait. Is he not here? Oh, there's nobody here.
You still think it's a little weird he can just remember all that? Yeah, I know, but he's got not much else to do, to be fair.
No, okay, so I tried to go to the prison, there's nobody there.
Okay, very strange.
Yeah, it seems
I guess he's being interviewed, maybe. Yeah, oh yeah, questioning
literally,
it. Okay.
Yeah. They'll go back to the hospital.
It's a little strange.
Gem spear.
Maybe back to the room.
I think like maybe we can poke Greggy a bit more.
Have we talked to Sholmes in here? I bet you he's hanging around somewhere.
I can't converse with him.
We can't go to Mr. Natsume's room, can we? We can't break into his space.
Oh, nice.
I don't think we can. No, we can't.
Go to the Sholmes suite, see if Sholmes is hanging around, Sholmesing.
And the dead guy's still there. Yeah, the coroner's taking his time, I guess. It's cold, isn't it? Isn't it still winter?
I think so.
So it's probably cold enough that the body's quite nicely preserved. I don't know. Nobody's here. Oh, Iris is typing.
Oh, that's fun. Iris? That's incredible concentration. That is.
She's wearing a Nubia plug. I find it quite remarkable how she can focus on so many different things at once.
So I want to try those things one of these days.
That wasn't an endorsement though, I haven't tried them.
Perhaps I should try drinking more herbal tea. Oh boy.
The blend third from the right would be good for you, Runo.
Oh! Iris? Skill is destined for great things, I'm sure. Okay, well, we had that little bit of extra. Oh wait, we can check this out.
Ooh.
If I've remembered correctly, this large and imposing lump of iron is called a typewriter. I looked at the paper stack, as far as I know, but go off, I guess.
To think that every single one of the adventures of Herlock Sholmes blossomed from this very machine. Ah, it's such a dreamy thought.
I actually had a go on it the other day. The metal bars that move when you hit the keys got all tangled up somehow, and that made Iris angry.
Mr. Noodlehook, you're ruining my dreamy thoughts. Please, don't do that again.
Hello, Tio.
Hello, Tio.
And now I've made Susanna some angry as well.
It's got extra strong herbs just for you. Yeah. It's decaf at least. So you should be alright.
For a second I thought it was a duck.
It does look like a duck.
It's just missing a, like, you know? It's a freaking duck.
It's facing right.
Yeah. Oh god, do we get to investigate? That's a charming little white shelf and full of charming little bottles
sounds
too.
like the same one.
Yeah.
Yes, but don't touch any of those.
We've been through this.
Yeah, but maybe Susanto-san will, I don't know.
They might explode.
Ah, a charming shelf full of charming bottles, full of charring ingredients.
No, Hurley mistakenly drank from one of them the other day.
What? And how?
I think he was lucky, though. He hasn't exploded. Yet. Chemistry can be a very hazardous occupation.
It's living with Mr. Sholmes that's the hazardous occupation, if you ask me. Yeah, yet.
Yeah, really like that. Yet.
Okay, so we're gonna go through this again?
Because, I mean...
Fucking hell, game!
Well, I mean, it's just... Sometimes you get an achievement for doing them after, don't forget.
Ah, yes. This is where you note down ideas, isn't it, Iris?
I like that we're bugging her while she's writing, specifically.
Yeah.
Just.
I think he deserves to... I don't know. Anyway. So, what's on the blackboard today? Buck up Bruno. What is this?
Oh, I'm just playing around with ideas for the title of next month's installment. Another idea I had was the Beryl Coronet. I'm really torn about which one to use. What do you think, Bruno?
Sholmes himself is so hazardous, he's immune to explosives if he drinks them. It's true.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, is this case in between the two? It was, wasn't it? Yes, it was, because of course Suzarte-san went back right at the end. So maybe he's been drinking explosives so that just in case he ever accidentally gets shot in the explosives belt, which is not a euphemism. Is your Tamagotchi hungry, Socketwrench?
Dude, I got a slime Pudgy. The thing is always hungry.
Anyway, yeah, he was microdosing himself with explosives to make himself immune to explosives if he ever got shot in the explosives, which clearly worked because the explosives didn't kill him when he got shot in it. Yeah, this is immediately after oops, knife out the window. Yeah, you're right. Of course it is, because what's his name is still in the country also. I just suddenly had a blank about what we were even doing. But yeah, there you go. He's been microdosing explosives.
Yeah. Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Anyway, anything but buck up Bruno, obviously.
I suppose you're right. I tell you what, I'll surprise you with it. You'll have to wait until next month and see.
So many sleepless nights. Well. It always strikes me how pretty and neatly arranged this tea set is.
It's my favourite one. In fact, I think it's high time for afternoon tea. Wait there, I'll fetch the special blend that I've prepared for today.
Oh, Iris, you do love your tea, don't you? She looks so happy at the prospect.
And after you've drunk it, I'll collect some experimental data, if that's all right.
Just what is she about to make me drink?
That's why she's happy. The prospect of new numbers.
Look at all these mementos of Mr. Sholmes' past cases. You know, Mrs. Arthur's eyes still sparkle every time she lays eyes on them.
But yours don't, do they, Bruno?
Well, I have read The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes now, by order of Mrs. Otto. But the trouble is, having seen the real thing in action, somehow the stories don't quite ring true for me.
Well, he does solve the cases. In the end.
I suppose so. Perhaps there's more to the great detective than meets the eye.
Oh, I just remembered. We have spoken to Sholmes in the murder room.
Yes, we have.
We did the whole deduction thing. I forgot completely.
Yeah.
It's made from special plants she grew herself. Yep. Yep, in her hothouse.
I do like this fireplace. It's one of the best things I've seen since we arrived in the country, in fact. Although, I do yearn for a Japanese kotatsu. Putting your legs under a warm blanket table is so comforting.
Do be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Don't mistakenly put your feet into the fire, will you? You'd suffer terrible burns, you know.
I worry sometimes about how Susato-san sees me. Ah man, so you talking to me.
Oh, you're just because you're not allowed to use the cheese slicer anymore.
It's my cheese slice.
Yeah, I don't care. You take off half your finger with it, you don't get to use the cheese slice until you are more responsible. It's still there.
Do you have done far worse with the cheese slice?
Yeah, but you didn't see me do it.
You wouldn't have seen me do it if I hadn't been like, hey, help me with this cup because I cut myself. Next time I'm gonna hide my cheese slice related injuries, clearly. She got banned me from using it.
Okay.
Anyway. This enormous machine takes up the entire desk, doesn't it? It's really very imposing.
We absolutely do not use a knife.
Oh my god! A cheese slice! No, not a knife! Good lord!
I'm Scandinavian. That
Dutch.
is blasphemy.
Cheese, you only use the knife when you're cutting cubes.
Yeah, bread slicer thing? No.
Yeah.
No?
It's.
Bread slice?
I actually don't know. No, a cheese slice is a cheese.
Cheese slice.
Hold on.
You know, a cheese slice. Like a cheese. Okay. Socketwrench is finding a cheese slice.
What is it? Don't look at the way I just.
Oh, you were trying to write cheese! Okay, just so you know, she wrote sleece. And I was trying to work out what that was Dutch for. Like I was like, I don't know, like a slicerkaas? Is that what she's...
Oh,
Kaas?
what is our cheese guy called again?
And me? It's that thing, right there. That jobby with the...
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to link that.
That's not the one my mum had. Actually.
Yeah, it is actually
The
the one your
Delft
mother has, the
candle.
really old one.
Yeah.
No, but what is our cheese place called again?
Oh, what do you mean? The Dutch cheese man? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. I'm sorry that I had to pause this. It's actually called the Dutch cheese
Yes,
man.
he's actually called the Dutch cheese man or
I
whatever.
forgot.
It's not. Is he even allowed to sell? You're not typing. You're welcome.
I am typing! Oh my god, look
You
at
just
your
clicked on
closing.
the exclusive cheese
I'm
club.
so glad none of you can see this. A cheese slicer.
It's all going horribly wrong. A cheese slicer is not. I mean,
Is that what we call it?
no, really, no. Is that how you're supposed to slice cheese with it?
Mm,
That's a horrible.
No, nobody does this.
Oh yeah, that's the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that one has also like a grating function. No, I don't like that.
Anyway.
Imagine the damage you could do with a grater
Cheesy
attached
yard.
to your cheese slice.
Okay, but they showed it properly here. Okay, I don't know this website, but here. Oh my
Okay,
god.
well find the question mark and take it from there. Here, right here.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the other. Oh, okay, like that. I was gonna say the other way. That's
There we
fine
go.
too.
The cheese slices, they're these things. I mean, I guess I could have pulled up an image rather than doing this,
You
but
could have done that. I think it would have taken you about the same time.
Is
Is it like?
This is a cheese slicer, but basically you don't tend to cut it like all across the cheese. They just do that here to show how wide the thing is.
Yeah,
Normally-
that's hideous. I don't
Yeah,
like that.
that's
That's making me
hideous.
really uncomfortable.
Yeah, but normally you basically go
you
to
take
the
the
end
rind
of the block.
down
Yeah,
from the ends.
yeah, and then
when
you just
the block
take
is on its
yeah
its curvy
on
butt.
its butt.
And then you slice the slices, and then you get great
Yeah.
bread slices.
Yeah.
Except if you are Socketwrench, who managed to somehow also slice her thumb.
Yeah, well, it
You've
bounced
never
off
seen
because
or heard of that in your life? That's fascinating.
Well, seriously.
They're really handy, actually.
Yeah, everybody should have one because it's so much better and
Yeah.
like
And you get evenly
Yeah.
sliced cheese,
yeah,
which is so good for sandwiches.
yeah.
And
It also normally does actually prevent injuries.
Yeah.
What happened with this one is we buy this really tasty but cheap cheese, and sometimes it has fault lines in it.
yeah, sometimes the slicer kind of jumps
Yeah, so
or
it
skips.
Yeah, because the way the cheese is pressed is not basically 100% the way it
it's so-
should be.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's like soft and then
Yeah.
harder
Yeah.
and then soft again because of the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. You think akin to a cheese thing is those ones you make curly cheese thingies by like rotating. Oh yeah, like those things. Kind
yeah.
of like But no.
Yeah, no. The
I just-
Danes and the Dutch are like fucking cheese slice
Yeah,
time.
it's true. We're both like we're there with that meme
Yeah.
with the hands shaking the
Yeah.
that
yeah.
thing where we're just like cheese slices.
Yeah. They're just really good to get even slices of
Yeah.
cheese if you like having it on bread.
Yeah, particularly that. I guess we're both very bread-oriented cultures.
Yeah,
Actually,
like, yeah, we like our little thing.
we like our thing on bread.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still just can't get over the fact that you'll call a sandwich a bolt or a ham.
Yeah, I don't know why we call it like
Butter
ham
ham.
bread. Yeah.
Butter ham.
Yeah, well, nobody knows why we call it butter ham either.
Europe in general is bread orientated. Yeah, I get. Unless I mean, like Mediterranean cultures are like differently bread orientated. They have different types of bread.
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting, actually. Yeah, I haven't really thought about it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Did you read this?
No.
I was too busy thinking about you trying to take your thumb off. Cheese injuries are really, really bad. They can get infected real easily.
Yeah, it's finally healing up. But it's been a very good indicator because I wounded it as I also wounded other parts of my body. So it's very useful to see how the healing process is going. What?
Yeah. Just don't tell her that sometimes I rub cheese in it just to keep it. Just looking at that thing, you feel your skin coming off. Once you get practice with it.
It doesn't, like, normally you don't actually. It's really safe.
See,
because you can do it really slowly.
I've managed to injure myself really badly with one of those before, but I was reading a book at the time, so I had the book in one hand, and I was like holding the cheese, reading the book, and like slicing it at the same time, and I don't do that. I took such a chunk out of my hand. Anyway, like to them, bread isn't basic flatbreads, breads is a luxury type deal. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
An Indonesian friend. Yeah. Actually.
Yeah. And it makes a lot of sense too.
It does.
I mean, they got plenty of far superior food types, so.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Pow. Anyway.
That's a different kind of bread.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Mm-hmm.
I need to learn how to do the steamed dumplings again.
Hurley's Great Analytoscope, yes! It can analyse anything at all, you know.
I recommend getting one of these if you have a lot of cheese blocks and you like having cheese on bread.
Yeah.
But I've never seen anyone actually using it.
Well, it's his invention, so I don't know how to operate it.
Why don't you get it to analyse its own operation?
Oh, Bruno! You're razor sharp today, aren't you?
That's so sharp he'll cut himself on his own cheese slice.
There's all sorts on these shelves. Sorry. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high, I can't help feeling that the whole lot is going to topple at any moment.
It looks as though it might topple, and yet it doesn't. The epitome.
That's not Iris! Why am I doing this? It looks as though it might topple, and yet it doesn't. You didn't stop me.
The epitome of Mr. Sholmes' brilliance.
I don't get it. As it happens, I'm quite well practiced when it comes to stacking shelves myself. Just the other day, the shelf in my office finally gave way under the strain, though.
It looks as though it might topple, and it does. Yes, the epitome of your disarray.
I really don't get it.
I was thinking about the fact that I think I've actually injured myself more with knives cutting cheese than I ever have with a cheese slice, though.
Yeah, I have.
So.
Yeah.
But then I got distracted and Iris happened.
Yeah. I just also remember, no, anyway, let's go. This is Mr. Sholmes' famous violin. The one he found being sold for a song at a pawnbrokery. What's it called again? Shodi something?
Oh, yes, this wonderful instrument features in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. It's a world-famous Stradivarius.
What?
Stradivarius, Mr. Naruhodo. Are you even trying now?
We'll come back to this another time, I think. But this, actually, have we checked the gunshots again? Oh, it's not. We don't care about it this time.
Have you checked Iris's chest? Metal chest on the ground. Heyo, Kionado.
It's curious how this enormous metal chest is being used as a coffee table. And even more curious to think that it's Iris's father's notes about Mr. Sholmes' case are inside of it.
You mustn't look in there, Bruno. Those notes are a secret between Daddy and me.
This I have read before.
Yeah. And Mr. Sholmes isn't somehow in on the secret.
Hurley tends to forget, you see, as soon as he solved a case, in fact. Once, when he read one of my manuscripts, we had a terrible argument about it. Never have I solved such a case, he said. He was absolutely adamant.
Okay. Sometimes I wonder if he's from another planet, don't you? Sorry, don't you?
I wasn't gonna say it. We've all had our moments. I have them too. You go on to the next line and go like, wow, what even did that? What? Okay, well clearly the answer isn't here.
But we had a fun little look
around. Did we learn anything from Garada? Specifically. Should we go back to the room again?
Her own?
No, his room.
Gonna go to Mr.
Shakespeare's room.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to check what she had to say. Well...
Humph? Oh, whoops, sorry. For the times the guy usually left and came back because of the gas. Yeah, was that all?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nuts.
I don't think there's anything still left here.
He was intently interested in the other tenants but claimed he knew via the gas. Which, I mean, I can kind of believe. We picked up that bit of paper that's still lying on the ground. Helpfully.
Wait, also, should we go back outside? Because we had a look earlier outside.
I really don't think that, because the soap is on there, but we can't, the cheeses.
The cheese soap.
Sweet baby cheeses, but
yeah,
it doesn't show, like...
We had a discussion of this.
Something about the 3-stack snowman being weird, which I don't really get. You bear his wife knew way more. Well, to be fair, we did get her arrested. I'm pretty sure she actually got detained, given that she almost killed somebody. I think she might be in jail for assault, but I'm not 100% sure. Wouldn't it be funny if Sholmes has just been on that right-hand side of the room this whole time?
Yeah, where's Sholmes? I've lost him.
It's really worrying, isn't it?
Where has Sholmes gone?
Maybe he's hanging out in the hotel room with that nice lady again.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go back.
Hotel room? Hospital room!
Oh
my god! What's wrong with me?
Do you want to go to the hotel?
I don't...
Okay, do you want to go visit the fun hotel?
What is a hospital? Just like a
to
really shitty hotel with doctors in it.
The mouse doesn't want to talk.
That's because he's busy with his work as a doctor.
It's a rat though still, it's not a mouse.
It's not a mouse, no. I mean, it's a very worrying mouse. It looks more like a mouse physically.
I cannot
But
believe
size-wise, that's a rat.
I'm stuck figuring out where the fuck to go.
It's just the fact that in the last case there's no actual, hey, this is what happened to Joan, she just fainted. Yeah, no, that's true. It's a good point. But yeah, I think, didn't they mention somewhere in like a... by what's it that she lost her train of thought and passed away. I think that's what happened. We went through everything with him, I assume. Yeah, okay.
Speaking gas.
And I think they did detain her for a bit.
Oh, I haven't actually investigated it. Okay.
Good point. Let's do.
Whoever opened this envelope didn't bother with a letter opener or scissors, did they? Shut the fuck up. I got my little claws. It's plenty.
Yes, whoever opened it was clearly someone with an unrefined temperament. And judging from the angle of the rip here, the person in question must have been right-handed.
Miss Sato, I think perhaps someone's been reading too much of the adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
You could never read too much of it, Mr. Naruhodo, never.
Never. I think we talked about letter openers when we actually picked it up.
Yeah.
But I don't think we actually investigated it. I wonder if there's something inside and we'll just find the rest of it. Soup. What is that?
What the fuck is this though?
This part is a different colour. It's an exquisite design. Oh yeah, I remember this. We did look at this.
Plus the bitch is to turn a boring bar of soap into something special.
Yeah, I quite like it. It reminds me of the Hinawara design of the Japanese flag.
Yeah, I expect this is rather expensive soap.
It doesn't seem like
I want to know what that actually is.
Yeah, I want to...
Because I don't think it's soap.
No.
I mean... Street map second hand. No.
Actually,
What?
can I present this to him? Mr. Gyaradev, could I show you this?
Been quite a couple of days, as you can imagine. I'm afraid I'm rather tired. Haven't really got the energy in the old eyeballs, to be honest with you.
Some other time then. Okay, what about the soap? Or the litter?
We can do that. No?
He doesn't want this one either. Yeah.
You thought of the magnets they put into soap to hang it up? Yeah, possibly. I think his dressing gown slides down every time. No, again, nothing. Nuts to you, Mr. Gyaradev.
How useless are you, Mama? No, this is
It does look weird. Like, the magnets are usually also kind of not that far into the top. Because obviously then, when you use it, it falls off quite quickly. Like, don't they normally... Oh, no, I suppose no, because they don't. I'm thinking of soap on a rope. Oh my god, I'm so stupid today! Jeez. Because, yeah, you have to have the magnets, like, quite far in, out, because otherwise they don't stick to anything.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
That's your military uniform, isn't it, Mr. Gyaradev? Well, ceremonial garb, yes. Been hanging on the wall ever since my retirement bash.
Not in active service.
I'm sorry.
No. Doesn't mean much to me anymore. You could have the old thing if you wanted it.
Oh, it's an old thing, not a bally thing, I see.
Well, it might suit Lord Fonseek's, perhaps.
An overly ostentatious outfit like this could be just what he needs.
Very tactful, Mr. Jatu. Very tactful indeed.
Thank you. Perfect.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I need.
exactly. An outfit change.
Mm-hmm.
And we know the outfit change he needs.
Uh-huh. Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we can present things to him. I was gonna present everything. Don't care.
I think we
Maybe
already
it's in the books.
presented
Wait.
it. Didn't you already present the books?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that
forgot.
would be my response as
Yeah.
well.
Shut up. Here, Breastfeed, yeah, I'm just gonna present the map. I knew this is gonna be the same.
Yep. Oh my god, I need to...
Okay, well, I'm gonna have another look. Oh my god, why do I feel so stupid? Like, I'm missing something so obvious here. He still hasn't returned to prison in the meanwhile, right? No. No. Oh, yeah, but I think I can't converse with Iris, so I can't actually show her anything. That's the problem. What am I missing? I keep feeling like I'm missing something on Briar Road because I've looked outside, but there is nothing. There's like nothing I've missed as far as I can tell. Show it to the corpse. Yeah, hold up. We're gonna go back. Let's move to the corpse. It's so weird.
For a second there, I thought I heard you have a revelation.
No.
Nuts. Nuts to this! Okay, can we present the corpse with our credentials?
Yeah, that's literally no, we can't. We sadly cannot.
Oh! Okay, apparently we're doing the thing
Oh,
again.
you guys are doing the thing again. You're banished. Banished! No, you're not allowed to do this. I'm gonna say, chat, if you know where I have to go, you're absolutely allowed to tell me. Because I'm just gonna be clicking,
I'm
wondering
pretty lost
where
right now.
they're.
Because we went to the prison and there was nobody there.
No, he's still not there. I double check.
We can't go back to our office, can
No. We can't present anything here because she's
Iris is
writing.
busy.
So this is just all flavor text right now.
Which is fine.
I feel like I'm hunting down Sholmes.
Yeah.
The little shit has disappeared. Greg is also Gregson.
Yeah, but Greg's gone somewhere. He's not outside.
There is nothing as far as I can tell. Like,
Yeah, he's not on the road because we looked there. Where's Shows Really Game? Yeah.
We need to spend a little. Oh wait. I feel we need to spend a little more time investigating.
Oh, she says that, huh?
So I wonder. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna take this as a hint.
We've missed something.
What the hell? Well, I also don't know if the game is just lying to me.
Wait, where? The cup? Oh, the cup!
Wait, the cup?
Did you see it ping on the cup? Further to the right? It didn't have a tick?
Am I going crazy?
Oh! It's not!
Oh my
god!
god!
That is very specific!
Wow!
Holy moly! Good
Fucking
spotting, dear! I was literally looking right at it and I missed it too.
Bloomy. Ah, one of the teacups that Mr. Shamspear and his guest drank from last night. But don't go drinking from them, Mr. Naruhodo. There's bitter poison inside.
And this is literally what we needed from to scream. I'm not planning on drinking any, don't worry. Anyway, the cups are both empty.
That's true. So one was Mr. Shamspear's, and the other must be the cup that Mr. Natsume was drinking from.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not having crinkly packaging. Cover your ears for 5 seconds. Actually, more like 10. You also want one? The whole block came out.
Are they sticking together from the dam?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But Suzaki-san wasn't poisoned, of course. Perhaps you should take these so you can examine them in more detail
Yes,
later.
let's pilfer stuff from the crime scene.
Yeah,
It always
that's
goes down
fine.
well.
Like Greg's.
Francisque does it.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, go for the crinkling. He's like pocketing it. The pair of teacups has been entered into the court record. The teacups used by Mr. Shamspear and Mr. Natsume. The one with the green line around the rim was Mr. Natsume.
See, I saw that one time, like, they used to make tea sets
This is what we need.
that had distinct designs on at least one cup, so that you could slip poison in it and know specifically that you weren't, like, they were distinct but also subtle. So if you knew what you were looking for, you could spot that there was like a different cup.
Yeah.
So you could put poison in it without actually accidentally getting the wrong cup.
Oh. This is, I swear, Gregson.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Mm.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll read it like it's
Yeah.
Gregson. Looks like you're having a good snoop around, eh?
Yeah. Inspector Gregson. Back so soon?
Just quick slip the teacup in your pocket.
Nobody will notice.
Gets Suzato-san to put it in her sleeves where she keeps everything else. After I threw that little Japanese fella in the clink, I went and reported this to the investigation division. In 5 minutes' time, this place will be cordoned off by the yard. Cannot believe. Yeah, like you said, it was this one thing.
Oh, I see. Well, we'd better be leaving then.
Poor Mr. Natsume must be feeling very low, being back in his cell again so soon.
He will be fine. I'm sure. We should probably go and...
What's wrong, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh!
Hello? Sorry.
Just as you were chewing.
I wasn't expecting. Ouch! Ouch, brief candle! Life is but a walking shadow, a poor player!
It's spooky season's perfect.
Yeah! Apparently nobody checked his pulse. No, thing is I was kind of prepared for this because I accidentally spoiled myself when I was looking up.
Oh no!
Whatever it was I was looking up, I saw him in the courtroom.
Oh!
But it still freaked me out! That struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more.
Yeah,
That does explain why the body was still warm.
I was wondering.
Now, how soundeth the next part? It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sand and fury, signifying nothing. Indeed! Oh, happy day!
Oh, he's...
Is it Mandeville? Yes.
What? Just what? What?
The man is stoned to all shit.
Walking dead.
Stoned to all. The fella isn't dead at all.
What was that nonsense you were saying, though?
Shakespeare, Mr. Naruhodo.
I'm an uncultured Japanese.
Yes, it was from William Shakespeare's Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
Have you had your
Macbeth.
William Shakespeare test? Good idea to get it done. A soliloquy from Act 5, Scene 5.
Yeah, Susanna's books are magical.
Yeah. The whole of Macbeth.
Shakespeare.
And it also has the words "Don't panic" written in large friendly letters on the cover.
So it was that the victim, Mr. William Shakespeare, came back to life. If the man had indeed been poisoned, it transpired that it hadn't killed him. He was taken by emergency carriage to a nearby hospital for treatment. And an Inspector Gregson evicted us from the scene of the crime, whatever that now was.
So whatever's in the soap is clearly hard drugs.
Yeah. Oh, who the fuck is that?
Pardon? Hello? Oh, hello.
Why are you looking at our cheeses?
Who is that? Do I recognise that person? They seem familiar.
Yeah.
Whatever do you think will happen now?
Good question. What a strange situation for Mr. Natsume. Arrested for murder, but then the victim comes back to life.
I think perhaps the victim was never dead in the first place. It seems very likely that Mr. Shakespeare did consume poison, as we deduced. But was it an accident, attempted suicide, or attempted murder? Until the truth can be established, I imagine the police will keep Mr. Natsume in custody.
I suppose so. Let's hope it doesn't come to anything more than a night in the cells. Oh, what's this? What's that man doing over there? He does look very familiar. He looks like he's trying to see into Sasaki-san's lodging.
Sasaki-san? Wait, what?
Sasaki.
I thought Sasaki-san was on
Yeah, it's
the
like,
middle floor.
Oh yeah. Wait. Yeah. Excuse me, could we have a word?
Is Sasaki-san on the ground floor then?
Oh yeah,
Is he on the ground floor and then...
Oh. Middle or the bay window? Yeah. Oh, he just ran off either way.
Because I thought that one there was the one that had the soap.
Yeah, it
But
definitely...
maybe not. I don't know.
I feel sure that I've seen that man somewhere before. Where was it?
I do too, but I don't remember. Look, we're
all
all
in
having
the
this...
same boat. Where was it? The small window had the soap. Yeah. I thought, and I thought the two lodgers were Sasaki-san and the Shakespeare guy.
Ah.
And I thought Shakespeare was on the bottom, but I guess maybe not. Maybe it's the other way round.
Well, we've done as much investigating here as we can, I think. Perhaps we ought to go to the prison and speak with Mr. Natsume again.
Well, maybe he does have more than two lodgers. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
A good idea.
I thought the soap was right there, and I guess
I don't know. We opened the thing and then there was soap outside. Like, we literally... I'm going crazy.
Yeah, except
here.
the soap is also on the inside.
Yeah, here. The scene of the crime was on the ground floor beneath Mr. Natsume's room.
Yeah, okay, so what the hell?
Well, maybe they were implying that he was looking
he's on
up.
the ground floor.
But what, no, he wouldn't be able to see it.
He wouldn't be able to see
it
in because it's boarded up, yeah.
They must have messed something up, I think.
I wonder. Yeah, I think it has to be it, because that's Mr. Shakespeare's room on the floor. They must have meant Shakespeare.
Yeah, that was just...
Because, yeah. It's gonna be called B Canopy or something. Just dressed like a bee and it's got a drug theme here now. We might not have a drug theme.
Cell 9.
Look, Mr. Naruhodo.
So depressed
Mr.
now.
Natsume, have the police finished questioning you now? He looks, quite frankly, like he's hanged himself.
Didn't you think?
You did.
That was just, I don't know, I get it because it's just like he's hunched over.
No, I agree.
But for a second there, I genuinely thought that was like, I don't know. Locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
Oh, yes?
What is he? Tell me. Is he a ghost? Is he here to haunt me?
Let me guess. You're talking about Mr. Sholmes?
He actually calls himself a great detective, Mr. Natsume, not a ghost.
But his diabolic deductions, they're not of this world. They've left me. Oh, cursed. I'm cursed, I tell you.
Well, that sort of hurts.
Credit where credit is due, Mr. Naruhodo. You were heavily involved in the deduction too.
Yeah, moving on. We have some wonderful news.
Oh?
The victim that we all thought was dead has come back to life again.
Now, in the absolute worst case, you could only be tried for attempted murder. That's great, isn't it, Mr. Natsume?
It's terrible! Oh. I'm stuck in this cell, suffering for some silly wrong end of the stick! You did it, didn't you? Confess! You're a killer! Why the moustache? Constant questions!
Wow, they shouldn't come for his moustache. I quite like his moustache.
Suits him.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Ah, that's selfish, shyster! Make up your mind. Are you dead or alive? If you were going to come back to life, why bother dying?
I think he's being very
I
reasonable
think
here.
so too. Wickedly, wishy-washy, William.
He's probably lost it, hasn't he? Well, it seems likely that Mr. Shakespeare was never actually dead in the first place.
Ah, yes, that might make sense, and I'm pleased that he's alive, of course. Our lively debate last night was much fun. I'd be sad to think it was our last. Oh. Oops.
Mr. Natsume, does this mean that you did see the victim last night? You met with Mr. Shakespeare, didn't you?
I'm not saying another word. I demand to have a lawyer present.
Who do you think I am? Please, Mr. Natsume, we need to hear your side of the story. Finally, we're actually making somebody talk to us.
Right? Why am I cursed like this? Cursed to converse.
Someone's pleasant bar of soap. Oh, can I present it?
Mr. Natsume, what do you know about this?
There it is! That lathery lowlife that took my neighbour's life and sent me sliding to the depths of despair! Slippery, sickly, psychotic Zabatar!
You've really gone off soap, haven't you?
Absolutely, and I've made up my mind. The next time someone gives me soap as a present, it's friendship finished firmly forever. I don't know that we can blame soap for everything that's happened, Mr. Natsume.
This is really starting to feel like a Amanda film.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it really is.
What's the end? Oh yeah, this is like Mr. Natsume is nothing much, but
It's been too long since I've been offered a present with that delightfully humble etiquette of our homeland.
what?
You're too kind. I accept it gladly.
Sorry, but I wasn't trying to give it to you actually. Okay, so that's just what we're gonna get. We're like, we've had the show. We'll just start the conversation. What happened? Can you tell us exactly what happened last night, then, Mr. Natsume?
There's nothing to tell. But, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, I'm eternally grateful to you for helping me with that accursed case yesterday.
The case that saw poor Miss Green hospitalized after she ended up with a knife in her back.
It's hard to believe that was only yesterday.
After the trial was over, I trudged my weary way back to my lowly lodgings. And that evening, at 9:30 it must have been, I visited Mr. Shamspeare.
So, you did go to the victim's room then?
As we feared. I didn't do anything wrong. I'd never been to his room before. It was the first time.
Then what made you decide to go?
I bumped into him when I arrived back at the house. We got chatting and it developed into a discussion, but he had to go out, so I bade him farewell.
That ties in with what Mr. Carradab said, that the victim went out and came back after 8.
We met again later that evening at around 9, or just after, when I took him some nice tea I'd brewed as a gift.
So it was you who brought the tea that had clearly been drunk at the scene then?
And I suppose you were discussing the works of Shakespeare, were you? Yes, that's right. That's exactly right. Romeo and Juliet! Who was the stronger? It was a delightful debate. I'm sure. Such a stimulating subject, Shakespeare.
And the debate became very heated, so you slid poison into Mr. Shamspeare's tea?
No, never! Not at all! Team Juliet won! That was me! And when I left his room, the flamboyant fellow was fighting fit! I swear it, categorically!
Shamspeare did a Romeo, didn't he?
Juliet was the one who took the poison.
Yeah, and came back to life.
Came back to life.
Romeo did the
the
exit.
Full exit. Stage left. Pursued by a bear. That's a different play. I've had to study a lot of Shakespeare in my life.
I
also, Baz Luhrmann.
Baz Luhrmann is
Baz Luhrmann.
Baz Luhrmann is the only reason that I can stomach Romeo and Juliet.
That's fair. Yeah, to be fair, it was never my favourite.
Yeah.
I was more of a Hamlet enjoyer. But that's only because I enjoyed Ophelia.
Of course. Mm-hmm. You would.
Yeah, shut up. I wrote a whole essay on why she is like the catalyst for the entire play, because every time she turns up in a scene, the trajectory of Hamlet's life changes exponentially in different ways. Mm-hmm. And I was quite proud of it. As someone who spent 2 years on it, you cannot ever enjoy Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, honestly. I have much the same feeling, except I also then had to do it for theatre studies. Same with Much Ado About Nothing. I've also done that for theatre studies. We had to adapt the whole bloody thing into a musical.
You know
which is my forte, I'll admit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of fixed it a little bit for me. The Romeo and Juliet one. You did a lot on Faust. And the only Shakespeare thing was Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, it seems like Romeo and Juliet's just been spoiled for a lot of people. Because studying kills literature.
I legitimately, this is going to sound really weird. We didn't do any Shakespeare whatsoever. And when it comes to literature, actually come to think of it, we didn't really do much at all with English literature. But that could also be because I was well ahead of everybody else. So I think I kind of dipped out of a lot of it. But no, we didn't really study any Shakespeare.
See, my English GCSE curriculum was all mostly, Hamlet. We did Hamlet.
Yeah.
And mostly it just made me loathe Pride and Prejudice. But I was the only person in class who'd already read Pride and Prejudice. Mm-hmm. Meaning that when we read it through in class, out loud, speaking chunks, the way, you have to do in primary school, normally, I was like sitting there going like, yes, I know it. You're male on Macbeth as well. I don't even think I've ever actually studied Macbeth. I don't think we did Macbeth. I was actually surprisingly ignorant on Macbeth until I went to see it at one point. There was one of those live open air play theatre things done in an actual castle. And it's a really great concept, and the lighting and everything was really good. And, like, but the actual actors were shit. They read the lines like they were reading, you know, middle school Shakespeare. You know, really. And I say this, obviously, knowing that I'm giving some splendid line deliveries here, obviously. Real professional stuff. But you know what I mean? When somebody's actually... You're paying them money to see them doing an acting performance, and they give every single line like they don't actually understand what they're reading. I still don't understand Macbeth, if I'm perfectly honest. The only scene you vaguely remember was they were like driving around in cars and reciting the classic text. It was so weird, and you don't know if you saw any more about that scene. That is very strange. That is weird. I kind of enjoy, though, when Hollywood does a Shakespeare retelling.
Yes.
But that's because, you know, then you get stuff like 10 Things I Hate About You. And Romeo and Juliet. And that kind of stuff. Oh, you remember that? Oh. You had it played in class and you wished you had it more because it was at least funny in that context?
I cannot weigh in on any of this.
That's amazing.
Sorry.
Is Clueless also Shakespeare? Yeah, it is. Clueless is Shakespeare too. I think. Isn't it? Or am I going absolutely mental? No, Clueless is just Clueless, right? No, I'm going crazy. Maybe I had a discussion with somebody where we speculated that it could be? It doesn't matter. Anyway. This is your line.
I know. Mr. Natsume, you often say the same thing about yourself, I've noticed. That you have a cursed existence.
Oh, are you talking about the Baz Luhrmann version? With the gas station? You are talking about the Baz Luhrmann version. Right?
Yeah, that is
with
that is it. Oh yes.
I had a dream last night, and
I
it fit me like a glove. That one?
Yes.
You were on fire last night.
Yes.
And I was breathing gasoline. That, I think that's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes. Isn't that? Unless they did another one which was at a gas station.
I'm pretty fucking sure there's only one.
And they're like
also with
because they
Professor
actually
Black.
Yeah, Mercutio was black for sure.
Yeah.
And then like because that's probably one of the only Hollywood adaptations of Shakespeare where they left the original dialogue as Shakespeare wrote it. And it's one of the reasons why I think it's such a good adaptation. Yeah, the fish tank scene.
Yes.
Later, obviously they don't have a fish tank at the gas station. I don't necessarily think the gas station bit... In fact, that bit was probably one of the weakest bits of the whole film, don't you think?
No.
No, you didn't?
No.
Which bit do you hate more? The swimming pool scene. I always actually was not a big fan of the swimming pool scene.
I hate the swimming pool scene. Oh, I did not like that. I mean, it was fine, but...
I mostly just liked the way the music was woven in.
Yeah. Yeah, it was... Yeah, no, I just like it. I don't know, but we don't talk about my teenage years where I decided in order to fit in with the other girls I had to give myself an obsession, so I figured like Leonardo DiCaprio was a good one.
Yeah, but I was always simping for Claire Danes.
I was simping for Claire Danes, but in order to
I was like,
fit
Leonardo DiCaprio. Ooh, Claire Danes.
I was like, he's pretty cool, and then I realized later, it's like, oh, I want to be like him. I didn't want to be. It's like, I like the roles he had. It's like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, Claire Danes, Kate Winslet. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, Leo DiCaprio was, I think, one of those, like... I think he was also kind of one of those go-to, certainly, like, for me as well. He was easy to enjoy. Because, like, he is... I mean, he's a pretty... He's still a good-looking guy.
Yeah. No, he was a very pretty
Even when he put on some weight in the interim middle bit. Like, he was still a good-looking guy. So it was really easy to be like, I like this man. But also, yeah, I'm looking at his female leads.
Yeah. We don't talk about his the current state of things.
I don't know any of that.
I know I've heard some bad things and ignore it.
I don't know any of that. I don't know any. I literally don't know any of that. You remember the fish tanks too? Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. So it was. That's the Baz Luhrmann version of Romeo and Juliet. And honestly, if you've only ever seen the first chunk, give it a shot.
Yes.
Even if you're just watching it while you're doing something else. Unless you really hate Baz Luhrmann.
Yeah, because
films.
it's like...
If you're not a fan of, like, Great Gatsby or Moulin Rouge, you're not gonna like Romeo and Juliet.
I was like, haha, I hate the Great Gatsby, and I watched that movie.
I still
so
loathe the Great Gatsby,
yeah, same.
But I will watch that film because of the way it's done. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't watch many movies.
If you're keen, uninterested in Romeo, etc. Anyway, and then shown that one scene and nothing more.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have. I would have been really confused, as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did you read this line?
I did not.
Okay.
Are we back on this? Sure. Okay, cool.
Well, no, I figured her like...
Claire Danes is a hottie though. Come on.
Yeah, she is.
She was anyway. I don't know about now.
Actually, don't know either. But like.
Anyway, I'm sure I've mentioned this to you before, but I've been here in Great Britain for a year now, and in that time, I've learned it's no place for me.
Understandable.
Yeah. I was gonna be all, like, offended, but you're right. It can be very trying to live in a foreign land and adapt to the ways of another culture. Tamagotchi noises. There are foreigners everywhere I look, and they all stare at me. They all laugh. That's the impression I get whenever I go out. It makes me scared to leave my room.
I think you just have, like, anxiety.
Well, he's wearing a non-traditional shoes for Britain. Yeah. And he does have a hunch, which will probably make people look at you a little funny, certainly back then. So yeah, the odds are kind of also stacked against him.
Yeah.
Which is why I've become a recluse. But even in my room, I find no respite for my fears. I've moved more times than I can remember. And then, 1 week ago, I moved into Briar Road. But...
Give me my lines! But why? I mean, why did you choose that place? It doesn't seem very comfortable.
Because the rent is cheap. I have so little money. It spoke to me.
The rent? Oh, see, I'm stealing your lines now.
Obviously, there's a reason why it's cheap. Because the room is cursed.
Cursed? Cursed how?
The previous occupant, the man who lived there before I took the room, died there. Oh no! He was only a young man, but one morning he was found dead, and no one could explain why.
Gas leak.
Gas leak. Spooky.
Ooh. Surely no one would want to live in a room with a history like that.
I didn't. When the letting agent recommended the place, I wavered. But I want books, and books cost money. A horrible history is a small price to pay. They were reasonably priced back in the day, I don't know. When I realised it would mean I could buy more books, I signed the lease like lightning.
This is relatable. Brave or blinkered? What the fuck is blinkered?
Blinkered, you know when a horse has those things on the side of its eyes?
Yeah, it is actually so like,
basically, narrow-minded. Yeah, tunnel vision, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that means that they can only see ahead, they don't get distracted, But after I moved in, I soon came to realise what I'd done. I realised how horrible that room's history really was.
Gosh, was it really so awful?
Horrible history.
The terrible Judas.
How did the room's horrible history affect you, Mr. Natsume? What happened?
At first, it was just a feeling. The feeling of beady eyes boring into my back, watching me.
Do you think that might have just been your mind playing tricks on you?
No. My mind doesn't know any tricks. It was someone else. It's been one long nightmare ever since I was given the keys to the place.
A nightmare? You've been having bad dreams. So you've been having bad dreams, you mean?
All the souls who've died in that room lean over me in my sleep and try to strangle me.
That really is horrible.
Beady eyes. Shows. Yeah, it's always shows. And now I come to think of it, it happened again last night too.
Yeah, quite.
The very same night that Mr. Shamspear was writhing in agony from the poison in his body. I was on the verge of being suffocated silently by those miserable spirits in my room.
Kittens.
Meow.
You simply must move out of that room as soon as possible.
Well, he has. He's in jail. Yes, you're right. I know it, and that's why. I'm already searching for the next room with a history to call home.
Didn't he already actually say that he was just going to go head back after the case?
I think so, but I guess he wants to stay somewhere before he can get on a ship back.
Guess,
Maybe unlike us, he can't just hop on a ship every 10 seconds. Stow away? I don't know.
Yeah, no, true.
I think perhaps you should try to avoid accommodation with any kind of history at all. Otherwise, I'm scared that you yourself may become history.
What, Susato? Don't make things
Don't
worse.
put ideas in the man's head.
Yeah, look what you've done. Here, Susato-san knows how to make the man listen.
Is that what she was doing? Is that what that was? Okay, sure. Of course. Mr. Lord of the Manor is worried about the curse on my room as well.
You mean Mr. Gildeck?
Yes, he knows that if people keep dying there, he'll never be able to rent it out again.
Well, that's true. I, for one, wouldn't go near the place.
You look at him. He's got anxiety.
Perhaps that may explain why the landlord pays so much attention to the gas lamps and his tenants' movements.
You mean because he's worried about their well-being? He does seem to have an unusually keen interest in the amount of gas in the pipes. There must be a reason why he keeps such close tabs on the occupants in his lit rooms.
What do you mean? He pays so much attention to the gas lamps.
Oh dear, no, it's nothing to do with you, Mr. Natsume. Please, forget I said anything.
Oh, now you're talking about me behind my back as well.
What's important is that Mr. Shamspear isn't in fact dead at all. Once he's come around and he's able to tell us what happened, we'll be able to get you released.
Yes, please. Oh, I do hope you're right. Excuse me?
Oh.
Excuse me. Sunshine. Thanks.
Inspector Gregson.
I couldn't help overhearing what you just said. And on that note, I have some good news and some bad news. Oh. Which do you want first? Learned that from Iris, yes?
Yeah,
Always, every time, the bad news comes first.
I agree.
Yes. When hope is all you have, hold on to it. That's my guiding principle. That and everyone needs soup occasionally. Right, well, in that case, the good news it is. Huh? Sorry, but it's just a lot easier to explain everything that way. Then why did you ask me my preference? As you might have heard, the victim, Mr. Shamspear, was just unconscious. He's come round now.
Yes, we saw it happen in all its terrifying glory.
He's still being treated by the doctors, but we've managed to get a written statement from him already.
Oh, isn't that wonderful, Mr. Natsume?
Oh, thank goodness! It's all over then! I can leave this somber cell. And the bad news is he's pinned it all on you. Sorry, no, that's not on the cards. What?
I have not, Inspector.
Mr. Shamspear has implicated someone as being responsible for what happened last night.
Implicated someone?
Oh dear. You don't mean... Oh, I'm sorry to say I do. Yes, he's pointed the finger at you, Mr. Natsume. By sweet poison did he seeketh to end my life. That wickedst caitiff? I don't know it, but caitiff. Suzeki Natsume. Keichi.
A contemptible or cowardly person.
Huh?
Archaic.
Yeah, I mean that'll be a Shakespeare then. I assume.
Yeah, origin captivus, Latin. Or captivus, really. Taken captive.
Okay. Interesting. Prisoner, criminal.
Apparently it's from Shakespeare.
Oh well, yeah, it will be. What play? Or does he just use it regularly?
Yeah, like measure. Oh, come on, just let me.
And you want me to look?
No, it's okay. As in Shakespeare's Measure for Measure.
Yeah, Measure for Measure is a play. Well done.
O thou caitiff, O thou varlet, O thou wicked Hannibal.
Yeah, that checks out. Actually, I've heard that line. Just have never registered caitiff. Cool. Anyway,
yeah,
it's your line.
It is caitiff.
Thank you. Yay! We are learning!
Welcome to Literature with Kobolds.
I like that. I like that. We should do that. Literature with kobolds. I don't know.
I'm uncultured.
I don't know. I think it's got like a nice kind of ring to it, you know? Literature rocks. Except it's real rocks.
And it's yeah.
So, I'm afraid you'll be appearing in court as planned. You'll be wanting to make the necessary preparations. No! Sorry, by the way, if I ever peek the mic doing that. I really appreciate your patience.
And so, once again, Suzaki-san found himself having to take the dog in the Old Bailey. It's like, he just left at one day. Whether his room was haunted or whether he was just terribly unlucky, I knew I had no choice. The following day, I would represent him in court and do my utmost to break the curse that blighted him. Which I think is I'm really hoping.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. I miss him. I'm a little bit surprised you're not being super cruel and being like, well, to be continued means we have to continue next week.
Don't give me ideas.
We've only been doing it for just over an hour. Because we started so late.
Almost.
An hour and a half almost. 1:13. Did my stream hook up or something?
Oh, was it that late?
Yeah, it was.
Never mind.
It was like 8:15.
Oh yeah, 1:13. You're
When
right.
we started.
Yeah. The Old Bailey. This place always makes me feel strange. It seems to get chills down my spine and break out in a nervous sweat all at the same time. Well, I didn't think I'd be back here so soon.
That's my line. That's my line! Good morning!
Good morning, Mr. Natsume.
It was only 2 days ago that I was declared not guilty here.
Yes, we somehow managed to prove he didn't stab Miss Green in the back.
But now this! Another morning, another murder, and here I am again in this hellhole. Can't keep coming to court.
I'm beginning to think he's right. It really does seem as though he's cursed.
Mr. Naruhodo, I'm afraid I have bad news. Oh.
Oop.
Bad news! It's Reaper time! Right?
Yeah,
right.
Mr. Natsume, good morning.
Yes, morning. So, here we are again. Yes, again. Judicial Assistant Miss Mikotoba Esquires, what's the bad news? Oh dear, you heard, did you? If you come in shouting at the top of your voice, people can't help hearing what you say. Oh, I am sorry.
You've done nothing wrong, Mrs. Arthur. Now, what is it?
We know what it is, right? Well, it seems that the prosecution in today's trial will be led by Lord Baroque Francisques.
Yay! Francisques.
Ah! Oh no! Oh no!
I forgot my counter!
No!
No!
Do we have to keep a manual counter and then we'll
Yeah.
just like have it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go get a poster.
The so-called Reaper of the Bailey, the most legendary prosecutor in the land. Why is the point? In the trial 2 days ago, he pursued Suzeki-san and I relentlessly. Oh, this is when he hasn't even warmed up to us properly yet. Ah, of course, by the skin of our teeth we managed to pull through, but still. Oh my god, please don't tell. I mean, I can totally see him quoting Shakespeare. Oh, I hate this.
Oh, I really hope so. That will make it even funnier. The funniest thing is this is in between the other cases, so we like never went against any other one here. Yeah, no, right? Although I don't know if we went against anybody after this and before the next one.
Yeah, before we go straight off our rights.
Possible. Because there was like a 6-month gap there, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that, because we'd been in America. What? In the UK. In London for like 9 months in total, wasn't it? It's implied between now and train time he did, if you recall. Yeah, I hope so. I don't know. Yeah. This just feels like we missed you so bad, baby. We just wanted to come back and see you again, fanfiction.
Yeah.
I wonder if this means he'll be like a real asshole to us, or if he actually warmed up to us and then felt like we betrayed him before the next one.
Maybe one day we'll find out.
I hope so.
Oh, sorry. Perhaps Mr. Natsume's acquittal in the last trial wasn't the end of the matter. After all...
So, yeah, I know what you're thinking. The legend of the Reaper that says nothing can save a person in the dock when Lord Francisques is the prosecutor.
Oh no!
that even if that person is found not guilty, the accused will meet a mysterious end, one way or another.
And we've experienced it firsthand. And we know what
I
happened
mean,
here.
yeah, we do know what happened here. Bus!
Oh, Eggert.
Ah. Do we remember Hot Bus Summer? It feels like it was only a couple weeks ago that we were experiencing Hot Bus Summer.
A man we successfully defended met the most terrifying end after his acquittal. Right here in the Old Bailey.
Man, listen to him. He sounds so innocent. Do I have to put up with those ice-cold eyes boring into my soul again? Cursed by evil spirits, and now by the Reaper. Pair of petrifying perils, potentially.
Well, if it's potentially, at least you appear to have hope, Mr. Natsume.
Local student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
Yes?
I'm innocent. You have to believe me. You, more than anyone now.
Don't worry. I'll be your steadfast ally every step of the way in this battle, I promise. And this promises to be a hard battle, I fear.
I hope so. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Well, the trial is scheduled to begin shortly. We should move into the courtroom.
Let's go!
Let's mosey. Crew.
Oh, yes, I forgot to say. I'm afraid he won't be able to make it. Mr. Sholmes, I mean.
What? Too much caffeine again?
That's probably for the best.
Oh,
If he were here, I might be tempted to rely on his help. And that could be seen as a weakness. If Lord Van Zieks were to notice, he'd prey on it mercilessly. At least, that's my gut feeling.
Mr. Naruhodo. You're right. Yes, you're so right. Oh, well said, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Well said.
I swear on this sword at my side, and on the spirit of Kazuma that it harbors. I'll show him what a Japanese lawyer can do. I'll set you free. With honor!
Wow.
oh yes.
Sorry, I read that at first as with honours. And I was like it's a degree,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Uh-huh.
Freedom with honours.
Old maid.
It means you did really, really well.
What's that jury looking like? Wait!
Is Olive on there? I think she is. Isn't
Also
she?
the worker guy,
that guy again.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. And I call upon the counsel for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
You did call it, you did. Oh,
Yeah.
he's doing his vampire thing again. Or maybe he just sneezed and he's doing that thing where you sneeze into your elbow like Dracula. Very helpful.
Yeah.
The prosecution is ready.
He's just in a comfy little blanket. That's all I
He
see.
does look snuggly, doesn't
Yeah, he's like his little cocoon, he's like tee.
he? Yeah.
The defense is ready, my lord.
Readiness for the trial, my learned Nipponese friend, is not what the defense needs. What you need is readiness for your inevitable defeat.
It's in the bin, Van Zieks. It's not just in my imagination, it's really there. Lord Van Zieks has such an animosity towards us Japanese for some reason. Are we going to find out why he has such an issue?
I really hope so. Except we seemed not to know before either, so...
Oh yeah, no! Shit.
So no, we're not
Oh.
this case. Maybe the case afterward?
Yeah.
It was some time ago now that he... It was some time ago now that he first became known as the Reaper of the Bailey, I believe. These past few years, he hasn't appeared in court at all.
Yet now he's back in the courtroom, though for some reason, only when I'm defending. This Reaper, with his curious disdain for us Japanese, is a prosecutor shrouded in mystery.
Eggy case. The egg box. Is that what we're going to call it? The egg box case.
Honestly.
Well, there was
Shit.
Eggy, there was a box.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of sad. We didn't come up with it at the time.
Yeah. That is upsetting. Actually.
Still, this isn't the time to be pondering that. I have to concentrate on Suzaki-san's trial. Yeah, no
Fanfiction comes
Xbox.
later. And then to thus locking swords in the courtroom. Yeah.
Furthermore, I now call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You have been chosen at random. Yeah, my ass,
Yeah,
Judge,
my ass.
to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to fulfill your duty? What? No! Not again! Not you again!
God, it's like he just wants the paid time off. Absolutely, I don't. Absolutely. I had a feeling this larrikin wasn't innocent before.
Not her again.
It is, in fact, the same jury, isn't it?
Pretty much.
I must say that I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat refuses to sit right.
Not you.
Oh, well, I rather like how you're wearing your hat. I think the ruthless look is very fetching, actually.
Oh, she's
Who's
new.
that?
Oh,
Yeah.
she's new.
I need to be somewhere at 10 o'clock. I have a very important meeting. Let's make this quick.
Oh, there's no Olive. I thought, oh no, it's not Olive, it's the guy.
Oh no! What?
Oh my god!
Down the head, Olive. I can see. I mean, the doctor. Like, do we think that he is still the doctor?
I don't think he is the doctor, no. He's a completely different person.
But he looks like the same old guy. Also, this guy, I feel bad for him. He needs a job to make money.
Exactly. Couldn't agree more. I need to take home five bob tonight, or the missus will go through the roof.
Yeah, what the fuck is a bob?
You do think 5 bob? Oh, it's money. It's
Yeah.
a monetary. Oh, you don't know what that monetary unit is?
No.
I think it's pounds actually. These days, anyway. If somebody says 5
Yeah,
bob,
right.
they mean
The
5
old
pounds. But
the old ghost doctor.
is he?
I mean, yeah.
Really? Oh, look, the slang term for a shilling was a bob.
Ah. Thank you for looking it up.
But I've heard people use it. I mean, it makes sense that it wasn't a pound. £5 would be quite a lot to earn at that point.
Oh, may the Lord show us all the light here and lead his flock to a righteous verdict.
Right, you know, pretty.
Don't know. The British jury system is so very different to our own, isn't it? It's quite extraordinary to think that the power of judgment is in the hands of 6 members of the public. And that the judge can only pass sentence when all jurors are in agreement about the defendant's guilt.
6 citizens of London, chosen at random, or at least that's the idea. Zix, are you behind us?
The prosecution would draw attention to the fact that the accused was on trial here but 2 days ago. Accordingly, where possible, the same jurors have been asked to return for duty today.
Okay. Oh,
sure thing.
Sure, Van Zix. Yeah, that's not fair,
really
no.
isn't, though, is it?
That means they also have a bias, which is even
exactly.
worse.
Like, given that you're often not allowed to talk about the fact, like, if somebody on trial has been accused of a previous crime, or I think even potentially sometimes convicted of a previous crime.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly how it works. But yeah, because like in that's a thing, this is like that, but somehow even worse. Because they're going to be like, well, there's no smoke without fire, right?
Very well, let us commence the trial. Lord Van Zix, your opening statement, please.
This should be good.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is not the intent of the prosecution to cast doubt over your past decision. However, the innocent verdict afforded to this eccentric Nipponese before has had dire consequences. Did the accused repent for his wrongdoing in that affair? Far from it. Instead, he used his freedom to perpetrate a most blood-curdling crime. Namely, that of the attempted murder of his neighbouring lodger, an innocent Englishman. To explain the circumstances of the crime, the prosecution calls its first witnesses to the stand. The detective responsible for investigating the scene and the accused himself.
Correct, you're only allowed to consider the previous crimes if they've been brought up in proceedings. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Something along those lines anyway, yes. Thank you. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Witnesses, your names and occupations, please.
Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard's Homicide Division.
Saseki Natsume from the Empire of Japan. My government ordered me to come here as a student to study your language and culture.
Oh, you remember because you were at jury duty at 19. Oh,
Oh
I'm
my
always
God.
afraid that I'm going to get called for jury duty.
I
don't know what I'd do. I mean, jury duty, probably.
Fun fact, there is no jury duty in the
Good
Netherlands.
for you. That's nice.
I don't actually think that you get members of the... What?
I don't know how your judicial system works.
Neither do
at all.
I.
So, yeah, I don't know why I even remember it per se. It's just one of those stupid things you pick up.
Yeah, we rely purely on professional judges.
Huh. Yeah, because we have a whole thing in the Magna Carta about your right to a trial of your peers.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had a problem with the king sentencing people to death, I believe,
Yeah,
without a trial.
I see, yeah.
And just being like, well, you're guilty of, like, pissing me off, mate.
Mhm.
So... Something Magna Carta, anyway, and your right to a trial of your peers. That's all I really know.
Mm.
But... yeah.
Well, this is making me learn, actually, think more about the Dutch system. Anyway, Mr. Natsume.
You had a few monarchs that like to think they were the Queen of Hearts. We did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Which
guess...
is why we had to draft up an entire document that said, hey,
Yeah.
the king's not allowed to kill people anymore, and also we have rights, actually. Probably who Lewis based her off, yeah.
Well,
He didn't have that little thing at the beginning of his book, right? Like, you know, any persons in this book are not based on real people.
or purely works of...
Purely fiction.
Yeah.
Not based on any people, alive or dead. Blah blah blah. Yes, my lord, sir!
I'm quite sure, if I'm not mistaken, I'm quite sure I'm not mistaken, that you swore an oath never to set foot in my courtroom again. I remember it as if it were yesterday.
The day before, in fact, my lord, but close enough.
Holy shit, Van Ziekst.
What a sassy bitch! Woo! Oh, believe me, this is the last place I want to be. Inspector, let's hear from you first. Explain the case for the court. Oh, right you are, sir. The incident occurred at the Garrideb household, where the defendant has lodgings.
To be honest, I would rather than accusing this guy, it's like, really, the Gary Dapps? What are you doing with
what
all
are you
the people?
playing at, innit?
Yeah, like...
Young guy died before in that room too. Of what? In the ground floor room of the victim, Mr. William Shamspeare, the defendant has already admitted to visiting the victim on the night in question.
That's just such a lot. Anyway.
Yeah. Mr. Shamspeare collapsed in his room as a result of poisoning by strychnine. Ooh, nasty stuff. It was found the following morning when the landlord, suspecting something was wrong, broke down the door.
He's fine, so
Yeah.
we'll move on.
I mean, attempted murder is...
Yeah, I know.
But, yeah.
This means, I presume, that the door to the victim's room was locked at the time of the incident?
Correct, my lord. It was locked from the inside, making entry to or exit from the room impossible. Although the victim, Mr. Shamspeare, lives to tell the tale, he very nearly didn't. The man was halfway to heaven when we first found him. I mean, the first officer on the scene, my lord. I was what? I was the first officer on the scene, my lord. And I what? Buh? And I have I have a photographic print here that I took at the time to show how it looked. Yeah, you just had a thought. Both cases, someone didn't die and Sasaki ended up at the dock.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, they didn't die. And he didn't do nothing, and I don't...
Are we not going to address there's a fucking puddle on the ground there still? Like,
Yeah,
the fuck is that from?
yeah, actually. Because gas doesn't condense,
No.
as far as I'm aware.
Like, was...
I mean, I guess he could have spilled tea on the floor, maybe?
There was another cup in his hand, but
No,
it was
but I
too
meant
far
from
away.
the kettle that's on the little
Oh,
stove there or
yeah.
something, I guess?
Yeah. Yes,
4
chilling.
plus people finding the guy just going, hey, he's dead. With the
Yeah, yeah, I know.
I mean, it must be recent because his bitch is warm, but he's dead.
Yes, a chilling scene indeed. The man looks very much deceased.
That's right. Everyone present believed that's exactly what he was.
Distant check for things. Fuck that. Very well.
Else? No.
I shall accept this photographic print as evidence for the court. The crime scene photograph has been entered into the court record. A photographic print of the scene taken by police upon their arrival. The victim can be seen unconscious at the table, having been poisoned. Now then, Mr. Natsume.
Yes.
As the defendant, do you have anything to say at this juncture?
Didn't do it. They're haunted. Haunted by evil spirits.
Good gracious. What's haunted?
My lodgings. There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings. The tenant before me died in mysterious circumstances. A woman was stabbed by no one on the street outside. My neighbour was poisoned. And me! What about me? I've nearly been killed countless times.
Killed, Mr. Natsume? How?
Even on that fateful night it happened. When I returned from Mr. Shamspeare's room, I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed, but before long, the stove went out and somebody tried to kill me.
You must always extinguish fires before retiring for the night, Mr. Natsume.
But it's so cold. My runny nose would freeze. The point is, I didn't poison my neighbour. Oh, why am I being accused of this? Why is my existence so cursed? Okay, so it's definitely something to do with the fact that the fire went out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something gas.
Yeah.
Something.
Mm-hmm.
Hallucinations?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. Thank you, witness. I believe I have a reasonably clear picture of events.
If I could raise one more point, my lord. One more conclusive point. CO poisoning, yeah.
Conclusive? Go on.
Fortunately, the victim, Mr. Shamspeare, has regained consciousness after his ordeal. And he has named the true culprit.
Yeah, allegedly. Tamagotchi noise.
Tamagotchi checking sound. The poison consumed by the victim was administered in a cup of tea that he drank on the night in question.
Yeah, was it though?
I mean, I assume it's more likely to have been in a cup. Tea, my lord, that was brought to the victim's room by the accused, which they both drank allegedly.
The accused? Good grief! Order! Order! Yes, that's the crux of the whole case. Crux, even crux.
Like crocs.
The crocs,
but,
yeah. Crocs. Yeah. If Suzaki-san is innocent, then why? Why has the victim accused him?
Well, because he lost the argument about Romeo and Juliet, obviously.
Yeah.
Duh.
Like, Juliet
Typical
won.
theatre kid, right? Team Juliet won, and that was Mr. Natsume. So,
yeah.
Guy's salty.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Natsume, what have you to say to this accusation?
That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shamspeare's room. As a gift, the public water pump outside always freezes at night, so I bought bottled water especially to make it. And this is the result. Never will I touch tea again. Never.
The public pump was frozen, they say.
Well, that's not information we've heard before.
That will do. Thank you. Now, according to our laws, the defense must have the opportunity to cross-examine witnesses at least once. Therefore, I call upon these witnesses now for a formal testimony. I presume the prosecution has no objection?
None whatsoever, my lord.
Good. Now you will give your account of events from the night in question to the court now.
Yes, my lord.
does.
I know.
He speaks in all caps.
Mm-hmm.
Catastrophic night.
It was around 9 o'clock that evening when I visited my neighbour and I took some tea with me as a gift. We had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink, after which I went back to my room at around 11. My tea was completely harmless. He couldn't have locked the door behind me otherwise, could he? Strychnine takes some time to have an effect on the body. People don't keel over immediately after taking it. The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guests left. The argument still stands.
Yes, I see. It all seems relatively straightforward.
Excuse me, but that testimony does raise one rather crucial point, I think. Mr. Natsume claims his tea to have been harmless, presumably, though the teacups have been examined for traces of the poison, haven't they?
Why didn't I think of that?
Well, as it happens, no. We haven't been able to.
Did I hear you correctly, Inspector? Scotland Yard has failed to examine the suspect's substance. How could you have overlooked something so important? Isn't that the first thing you should have done?
Well, we put it in our pocket, remember?
Yeah.
The teacup. My learned Nipponese friend is falsely incensed.
Yeah?
Yeah, we took them. The inspector said Scotland Yard was unable to examine the tea, not that it was overlooked.
Unable? Why?
Simple enough. There was none left. Not a drop. Someone must have been very thirsty indeed. With current scientific techniques, it's not possible to test for poison under such circumstances. We only need a drop, but that one drop does actually have to exist, funnily enough. The lack of examination notwithstanding, it appears nothing other than the tea passed the victim's lips on the night in question.
I see. Thank you. The matter is clear.
Cast your eyes over the jury, my learned friend.
What?
You can see it in their faces, I'm sure. The recognition of the accused's guilt. Your client's fate is all but sealed. In mere moments from now, you will lose, and your compatriot will be damned for all eternity. Mate, even if it's attempted murder, that doesn't carry an eternity sentence. I don't think attempted murder was ever death, was it?
No, I mean, was
I don't
it?
know. I wouldn't know. Yeah, why was he holding a fork?
Yeah, eating.
Nothing but tea. And eating nothing but tea is why I'm going to be right back again. Holy moly. This is what I get for hydrating.
Yeah, well, hydration is important.
Hydration is irritating.
Remember to hydrate, chat. I have so much trouble staying hydrated now. It's getting colder again. I'm like, I don't feel like drinking water anymore. Oh. Yeah, after having seen the other guy, you're so much more chill about Van Zieks. Yeah. I mean, Van Zieks is just nice and relaxing, and he makes me angry, but that's okay. Oh. Yeah, he has his little play and his theatrics. It's pretty endearing. It's like, oh, look at this fucking theatre kid nerd. Look at him, probably like carefully polishing all his little medals and like his other jewelry before he goes to the court.
Are you dissing Van Zieks?
And like, no, we're not. We're saying how cute he is compared to other.
Oh, right.
Like, and also, you know, making sure that his boots are polished.
Very
so
polished.
He can
slam them on
bench.
the... Yep. Yep.
You know.
It's true. Buying his crates of wine.
Yeah.
At least he cares, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Anyway,
This
sorry.
still counts as dissing.
Yeah.
I return.
He's right. I can feel all 6 of the jurors looking daggers at me. But I can't let them beat me down. I won't. Counsel of the defense, proceed with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord!
I wonder if he has like a little practice room to train throwing his chalice around. Oh my god, I bet he does. Oh, I hope he does.
So, oh, sorry.
Love it, love it. Mm?
No, I was swiping away notification, got in my phone. It's like, oh, thank you Google for reminding me that I now have to turn your shitty AI off before you launch it, because otherwise it gets access to all my data.
Of course.
On the business account.
Gemini or whatever,
yeah.
or just...
Yeah. Sorry for bringing it up and remind me that I want to turn it off.
Yay, for business accounts.
Yeah.
Yay.
Catastrophic night.
Ooh. It was around 9 o'clock that evening when I visited my neighbour and I took some tea with me as a gift.
Hold it! Were you and your neighbour good friends then?
Ah, no! We weren't friends. Not at all. Not at all. Ever. Ever.
A simple no would have sufficed.
I agree.
Then, why did you decide to pay him a visit?
Mr. Shamspeare fancies himself as having great literary knowledge. As a fellow scholar of English literature, we find much to talk about together. Come now, no Nipponese could understand the finer points of English literature. Racist.
And on the night in question, that was the topic of conversation as well, I presume. Nice how we're just grey rocking
ignoring it. Like, how many languages do you speak, Funseeks?
Yeah, actually.
It was the day of my last trial when I was acquitted. I just arrived back at my lodgings when I ran into Mr. Shamspeare outside on the street. That was at around 6 o'clock. Thanks for passing that yawn on to me, Socketwrench.
You started it earlier.
Oh no!
Don't joke now.
I took a breath in and...
Oh, yeah, that I know that.
Oh! We exchanged 1 or 2 pleasantries, but it soon turned into a heated discussion. He was on his way out at the time, though. So I promised to visit his room that evening at 9 to continue our debate. But did I have ill intentions? No, not 1, not 2, not any, not at all. Never, ever. A simple no would have sufficed, I feel. Then tell the court what did happen when you visited the victim's room. We had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink, after which I went back to my room at around 11. Oh, my tea was completely harmless. He couldn't have locked the door behind me otherwise, could he? Could you not press him on the previous one?
Oh wait, could I not?
The 11 part.
Oh my god, hold on, I'm gonna take back. I missed it. Yeah, no, sorry! You couldn't have locked the room behind me
Previous
yeah, and
one.
then that
That
one. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, I'm so sorry.
Wasn't that...
I thought it was still part of the previous chunk. I missed my brain. Anyway, a literary debate about Shakespeare's works. I think you... Oh shit, I didn't...
Said?
Didn't you?
mention?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Shakespeare? Ah, a very worthy topic of conversation, I must say.
Oh yes, my lord. Romeo and Juliet. Who was stronger? It was a profoundly pleasurable parley.
Romeo and Juliet?
Who was stronger?
I know I'm going to regret asking this, but how did the debate go?
Well, we both agreed that we would reach a conclusion more quickly with a reenactment. So we battled it out in Greco-Roman style, naturally.
What?
Mr. Shamspeare had all sorts of costumes in his room for just such a contest.
So, when you say reenactment, you mean you're actually in costume?
He as Romeo, I as Juliet, and after a vigorous, wild tussle...
them.
I, as Juliet, came out on top. Yeah, came out and a top. Cool, good for him. I'm pleased he had at least some kind of awakening in England. A victory I'll cherish forever.
I dare not imagine the terrible scene of carnage.
The fact remains that it was you who prepared the tea and took it to the victim, correct? I boiled the water in my room and made a pot to take with me. I heard that he was too poor to have tea himself, you see.
It's true, there was no sign of any tea leaves in the man's room.
I wanted to do something nice, to be friendly. So why is everyone looking at me with such suspicion? My tea was harmless, of course it was!
And do you have any basis for that statement, witness?
Yeah, like, I didn't do it, I don't know. Yeah. This one we also need to press him on.
Hold it!
You do realise... No.
Oh, what?
No, it's fine. No,
What?
it's not. No, it's fine. No, hold it doesn't count.
No, I am not using hold it. No.
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 No. Nuts.
No. Yes, there was not a drop of tea left in the victim's room anywhere, was there?
It's like, yeah, basis, I drunk it. Exactly. Like, but
Yeah.
I guess they're alleging that there's a chance that he might not have drunk it.
Yeah.
That's correct. Anyone would think the fellow had never had a pot of tea before. He must have licked it dry. Which is a pity, because one drop is all we would have needed to analyse it for poison.
And you say that you returned home to your room at 11 o'clock, Mr. Natsume.
Yes, definitely. By heaven and earth, I swear it. The landlord was able to verify that, as it happens. He confirmed that the defendant went back to his room at 11 that night.
And how is the landlord able to attest to this?
Creepy stalking, sir. Sorry, my lord. He, said it was the lamps, I believe.
The lamps, Inspector. When tenants return to their rooms and start using gas, the lamps in all the parts of the house flicker.
Yes, Mr. Garadeb seems to pay a lot of attention to the comings and goings of his tenants. And there's only one key to Mr. Shaftspeare's room. I know that for certain. So he must have locked the door himself from inside his room. Victim has been confirmed as blah, blah, blah. The victim has confirmed that to be the case, yes. So I'm right. My tea was harmless, completely harmless. If you take poison, you die. Everyone knows that. Oh, it's not that simple, I'm afraid. What do you mean? Strychnine takes. I keep saying strychnine. It's strychnine.
Strychnine, yeah. Strychnine.
Strychnine. I don't know why I read it and my brain's like strychnine. No, stop it.
It's like solution 9 in the brain.
Yeah.
How long does it take for symptoms to appear then?
According to the coroner I was speaking to at the yard, about 30 minutes after the poison's consumed.
That's way too long.
Way too long.
I mean, way too short, like, compared to, like... I feel
it's
like
not efficient, but it gives you an alibi, potentially.
Yeah.
How does he know? Actually, how do we know strychnine? I assume because of the symptoms.
Yeah,
but
I also
we
want to
can't
know,
test it for
have we
poison.
tested...
I guess maybe we tested it
Did we
in
test
his
the
system.
soap?
No, maybe it's in his system still.
Yeah, but did we test the soap?
What for strychnine? Actually, that's a good point. Then the victim suffers violent convulsions, cramping and stiffness, and eventually dies from asphyxiation.
So there's a 30-minute interval between when the poison is ingested and the onset of symptoms. There seems to be a lot of different types of poison in the world, that's for sure. Oh dear, death by poison.
It's a pesticide,
Oh, is it?
particularly for killing small vertebrates such as birds and rodents.
Okay.
It's used in rat poison.
That will be what I've heard about. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh dear, death by poisoning again. It's always so awful.
30 minutes is a long time. Certainly long enough for the victim to have locked the door behind the accused after he left.
Yeah, you can't deny that. And it further degrades Sasaki-san's alibi.
I have the medical report from the doctor who examined the victim here, my lord.
Shall I read the sex so you can look it
No,
up?
it's alright. I was just flipping through it. Apparently it's more toxic to female rats than to male rats.
Is that so? What female hormone causes that then, eh?
After injection, inhalation, or ingestion, the first symptoms to appear are generalized muscle spasms. They appear very quickly, within as few as 5 minutes, and take somewhat longer to manifest after ingestion, typically approximately 15 minutes. With a very high dose, the onset of respiratory failure and brain death can occur in 15 to 30. If a lower dose is ingested, other symptoms begin to develop, including seizures, cramping, stiffness, hypervigilance, and agitation. Seizures caused by strychnine poisoning can start as early as 15 minutes after exposure and last 12 to 24 hours. Yeah, cool. Woof. It's horrid, anyway. It's really horrid, but there's no antidote.
Well.
Something activated charcoal. Anyway, so yeah, strychnine. It's horrid. Don't eat rat poison, guys.
Gee wizard.
Anyway, that. I've read that line already. It spells it out, really. The accused is the only person who could have done it.
Very well. The court will add this report to the court record as evidence. Victim's medical report has been entered into the court record. The report issued by Scotland Yard's medical officer. It obviously mentions the poison as well as other details gleaned during the police investigation. We're going to look at that.
Oh, yes, I see it here. Delayed onset of symptoms.
Victim William Shamspeare, 31. Cause of coma. Ingestion of a small quantity of strychnine. Strychnine? Yeah. Toxic effects present 30 minutes after ingestion. High likelihood of the substance having been mixed with the tea the victim was drinking, but no sample could be obtained for testing. Did they check the kettle too? Like,
Well, the one that... Oh, because he boiled the water in his own room.
oh yeah, because the thingy, no, you're right. Investigative conclusions. The poisoning incident occurred at around 1:30 a.m. on the 21st of February.
Wait, hang on. 1:30 a.m. Didn't they confirm that he went back to his room at 11?
Yeah, I'm also a bit confused.
He went back to his room at 11.
Assessed from the victim's pockets watch. Oh!
Hi, it's mine.
After
My
that-
watch.
that
He stole it from me.
Appears to have broken when the man collapsed after the late onset of symptoms. No container for the poison was found at the scene.
But yeah, they literally said 11. He went back around 11.
Yeah,
which
but I
Mr.
guess-
Garadeb confirmed.
Yeah.
It wasn't that delayed an onset. He's only got half an hour leeway. If they talked over tea and then started the fight, yeah.
It is kind of sus.
What?
It's kind of sus, these timelines as well.
Yeah,
It's like,
very sus timelines. I don't.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, he could have chucked the tea out of the cup
Yeah.
because he's crampy, but.
Great.
Well, the victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. The argument still stands.
Hold it! The argument still stands, you say?
This is what Mr. Natsume's been saying, isn't it? The pair of them drank tea together that night, so if there was poison in it, the victim wouldn't have been able to lock the door after the accused left later on. Exactly. Oh, me and my tea are innocent, sweet and innocent, I tell you. But yeah, it's true though. Like if they drank tea and then fought, and then did an entire play,
Yeah, quite. It's like,
that's well over the half hour, sure.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Even with that, yeah. I'm afraid, sir, that doesn't follow. You see, strychnine is a slow-acting poison. In other words, it takes time for symptoms to appear. So you could have left the room up to 30 minutes after the victim drank the tea. And as long as you did that, Mr. Shamspeare could have locked the door after you'd gone. No! We drank the tea straight away. Otherwise it wouldn't have been hot.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. If he boiled it in his room and then brought it down, which, because he said he boiled it in his room, but I guess anyone could have done that, I guess. But then I suppose more tea afterwards, but it would have been cold anyway. And then also, I don't know. The battle over whether Romeo or Juliet was stronger. That came after the tea.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Do you have any evidence to support that statement?
Apparently, well, you think that because I say so is normally fine.
Who drinks
so...
cold tea in England? I mean, me, but that's not.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, no, I agree. You're not saying the argument's right, but that would be, yeah, exactly. When that's Fantique's argument, after all.
Yeah.
Well, do you have proof? In my great homeland, the Empire of Japan, we have a saying. Drink tea while it's hot!
Sure. A proverb will satisfy the prosecution.
Yeah, Shakespeare is implied to be destitute, doesn't have money for tea. So I guess... I mean, it's possible that he heated some more water and diluted the tea a little bit more.
It's possible.
And there was like poison in his own kettle, maybe?
Maybe? I don't know.
But Idika.
I'm afraid...
Didn't Garadeb say something was weird about the times of the
I do not remember.
fire that night? The gas flickering.
Maybe?
I can't remember.
Yeah. I'm afraid there's no conclusive proof to support the defendant's assertion. On the contrary, there are sufficient grounds to infer his guilt in this matter.
Just inter him.
Go straight in.
Yeah.
Done.
No. No.
That's the extent of their testimony, is it?
Dog blanket's gone off.
Well, I can deal for like.
If I could voice a personal opinion, Mr. Naruhodo.
Of course, go ahead.
Well, Mr. Natsume is arguing for his innocence so adamantly and so persistently, yet Inspector Gregson just brushes what he says aside. It's really quite infuriating.
I agree. So we need to find an inconsistency in what the inspector is saying, I think.
I'm afraid so. As things stand, the jurors are sure to find Mr. Natsume guilty.
I mean, they're going to anyway, because otherwise how would we get summation examination?
As I see it, what we need to focus on is the poison and the tea. Let's listen carefully to this testimony again.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to pair the medical thingy.
Okay, I'll just have to BRB. Do you want to do this in the meanwhile?
Are you BRBing this time?
I'm BRBing.
Oh my goodness.
Stretch my legs.
I'm not doing it.
You're not doing it?
No, because then you'll miss stuff, and then I'll have to explain it to you, and then we'll be here all week.
Yeah, right.
So. But yeah, what do we think so far? What do we think? Do we reckon that that weird guy who was hanging outside? Oh, let's all take a quick break. You know what? You can. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Let's take a break. I really need to get a poetry book to read. Dramatically. Maybe I should read Shakespeare. I think Shakespeare's out of copyright, isn't it? Every time anybody takes a break, I'll just sit and read just through the entire works of William Shakespeare. It's quite a bit. Yeah, that's what I thought. Just a smidgelet out of copyright, you know, by a couple hundred years. What? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I need to do. We'll do some more learning. Book learning, innit? I quite like that idea, actually. I've always wanted to be a dramatic actor on the stage! Which is a lie, I haven't wanted that at all. But yeah. It's never too late to start. go up to Socket's side of the desk, and I'm gonna treat myself to a bit of clownery. Beautiful. That's what we all needed, right?
Turn.
You return.
I missed anything? Oh, you've come over to press the button.
I did come over to press the button. I did do that. Yeah.
I should have just kept that, shouldn't I? Like.
Yeah. I just thought it was important. It's so good, isn't it? Ganondorf said the clown edit, and I just love it so much.
What are you doing?
Absolutely nothing important.
Are you doing crafts?
No. But yeah, the guy fell asleep on the table with the teacup and fork in hand after they ended their fight. Right? That is a really strange thing to have done on top of everything else.
Yeah.
This whole case is just intensely sus.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. I just thought I needed that.
Yeah, you do.
Also, I was saying that actually instead of poetry, I need to get the complete works of William Shakespeare. Because as we established, that's somewhat out of copyright
Yeah, you're right.
by a couple centuries.
Yeah.
And I could just read through that every time you leave the room.
Yeah.
And eventually we'll work our way through all of them.
Yeah, you're right.
Learning with the kobolds. Yeah, they weren't eating anything. Why did he have a fork?
Oh, I was eating soup.
Yeah, very clearly the soap. You're right. Silly of me. I'm not reading that.
Okay, so I took some tea with me as a gift. We had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink. Yeah, and after that he went back to his room at 11. Yeah, so that's just weird.
Yeah, because he went back to his room at 11,
So
which was confirmed by Garadeb, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, that was confirmed. Like, that's is as much as, like, Gregson also says that, I believe, here.
Yeah.
Like, hold on.
Yeah, because he pays too much attention, way too much attention to his lodgers.
Yeah, you know, it takes some time to have effect on the body. People don't kill over immediately after taking it. So do we wanna like show Atsuzeki like present the
I don't
report?
really know where to put the report. Yeah, it's a toughie. Because
Well,
yeah,
I've saved.
They finish their fight. He goes and locks the door, and then sits down with a teacup and fork in hand, and then has symptoms at a point in time that doesn't make sense if he was tea poisoned. Yeah, exactly.
Oh wait, we can examine the cups. We haven't done that yet.
Oh. Only one of them has a tea mark stain in it.
This must be the cup that Mr. Shamspeare was drinking from then. It's stained on the inside.
Tea does that, I'm afraid. Even green tea.
Oh really? I've never noticed.
Typical. You've never noticed?
What the fuck? Well, I never leave it in the cup long enough to leave a mark. I like to gulp it down. Drink tea while it's hot. That's the Japanese way, isn't it?
Oh dear. So many people seem to have the wrong idea about our culture, and most of them are Japanese.
Yeah, like, so one of them drank the tea real quickly in that case. Allegedly. If that's what we're supposed to take away from that.
Yeah. And one of them,
And one of them sat for longer. Potentially. I don't know.
This is the teacup from which Mr. Natsume was drinking.
Yes, unlike the other one, the inside of the cup is completely clean.
I suppose he must have drank the contents before the tea had a chance to leave
The mark. Yeah, except you could also argue that that meant he didn't drink it at all.
Yeah. I always gulp it down too. Is that why there's a puddle?
Oh, maybe. Sorry, Mr. Naruhodo.
Well, if you just sip it little by little, it goes cold, which is true. That's why I'm drinking cold tea right now.
It's true, why I also have cold tea.
Clearly, I shall have to instruct you in the proper way to make tea.
The details of the pair of teacups has been updated in the court record.
And it doesn't look good for our client.
No, it's like, Okay, well that's not something we can currently, shall I try? Actually, no, I'll save again because I don't want to reinvestigate that later. You guys get nervy if I don't do the saving in between.
We do.
Okay, so present. I shall present the...
I mean, the medical report, it's gotta be because the timing is fucking.
Yeah. I'm just gonna present it here.
Where he says
Objection.
11. Ahem!
Oh my god, I forgot to press me objection. Here, so Mr. Natsume, you say it was 11 p.m. when you left to return to your room, correct?
Yes.
And Inspector Gregson, can we rely on the information in the medical report unconditionally?
Of course we can. There's no problem with that report, sunshine.
Actually, I think there's a very big problem. Because there's a chronological inconsistency between it and the defendant's testimony.
Chrono what? What are you on about?
According to this report, the victim must have consumed the poison at around 1:30 in the morning. And yet, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, left the victim's room at 11.
Ah.
Yes, that's right. There's more than 2 hours of missing time there. In other words, if there was poison in the tea that Mr. Natsume brought to the victim's room, how could the victim have fallen into it 2.5 full hours after the defendant left? The chips, not the chips.
Not the chips.
The defense's argument is entirely reasonable.
Wow.
How do you respond, Lord Van Zieks?
Yeah.
Oh
Here's
no,
this
the
other
chalice
piece
is
of-
out!
Ruh-roh.
Oh. Oh.
Do we have number 1 on the chalice counter, I wonder? Pray forgive the discourtesy if my mind has wandered. I was considering what cuisine would best complement the contents of my hallowed chalice this luncheon. How could it have happened, you ask?
1.
Well, 1. I do hate to shatter illusions, but my Nipponese friend appears to be chasing a phantom idea.
Are we gonna differentiate between
Crushing and
yeet?
tossing? I think we should differentiate between crunching and yeeting, yeah, I
Okay,
reckon.
Well, 1 on the crunch counter.
Hang on, I've got and we also need, of course, to count the big bottle smashings.
Oh yes.
So, crunch... Yeet.
Mm-hmm.
Bottle murder.
Yes.
There's a better word for that, I'm sure.
Bottle side.
Crunch 1.
2 points for the bottle.
The bottle
yeah.
counts extra,
Yeah, I'm gonna add them all up at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, we will. Fancy smashy counter.
A phantom.
Is it so hard to imagine that the victim drank his tea after the accused had left?
Ah shit, and the stupid stains also confirm that.
Yep. For example, at the time stated in the medical report, yes, at around 1:30.
Objection.
Oh my god, look what you made me do! I pressed Hot Bus Summer!
You can leave it up for longer, you know. You don't have to
I know,
instantly...
but I pressed both!
I know, I just...
Yeah. I meant to undo Hot Bus Summer.
Hot boss summer.
Hot Bus Summer, that's the new one. Anyway, Mr. Natsume brought the tea with him to drink together with his neighbor. And in Japan, there is a well-known saying. Drink tea while it's hot.
Objection!
Yeah, let's give you a sec.
And in my country, there is an even more apt saying. There is nothing more refreshing than cold tea.
Wait, is there?
I do not believe I've ever heard that phrase
Did you
before,
just
no.
fucking make that
I
up?
think he just made that up.
Lie! So what we actually need is this.
Yeah. That is not a popular phrase or saying.
The point is, if there was such a long gap, there may be other ways to explain how the victim came to be poisoned. Other possibilities. What sort of possibilities, Counsel?
The eyes are wont to flit.
Well, for example, the man could have had another visitor.
Another visitor? That's a very bold assertion, my learned friend, from someone who has nothing to substantiate it.
Or the victim could have taken the poison of his own violation. Volition, even. Volition.
You're doing well. It's okay. You're doing so. We're all so proud of you.
You suggest this may have been a suicide, Counsel?
Objection!
Want me to press your button?
Thanks. Take it away so
Actually,
I can
no,
read my line.
No, this is.
Mr. Shamspeare has categorically denied suicide.
I think we need
Yeah,
this
because-
alarm.
I think, yeah. Boop, boop, cloud alarm. Sorry, it should be cloud alarm. The idea can and must be discounted.
Objection!
But
But he could be lying.
oh, he big mad. He's
No!
He's not mad. He's disappointed.
Yeah, legit.
Or thinking. Actually, I don't know.
Is something wrong, Lord Van Zieks?
I was listening to the sound of the carriage pulling up outside the courtroom. Yeah. Pray forgive the discourtesy.
Carriage? What carriage?
It would seem that the key player in this case has just arrived.
Hold it?
Hold it.
Is it...
Out. Out! Brief candle! Life's but a walking shadow! The poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. Tis a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Who, sir, are you?
I guess he didn't look at the.
I was gonna say,
photo,
did you not
he's
look
quite
at the...
identifiable. William Shamspeare, my lord. Alas, 'twas I, undone by these bitter events. I am the victim.
Is he there really? Is he really
I
there?
think we're all the victim here. I wonder if we'll see that door again later in the game if it has the cat flap. Oh, I really hope it does. Although, was it in the door or was it in the wood paneling to the side?
No, was it, I think, the door?
Was it the door? I can believe
like,
that.
legitimately
I
the
hope
door.
so. I really hope we see the cat flap again.
Yes, I
Iris's cat flap.
am.
I just remember them talking about the oak paneling of the Old Bailey
Yeah.
and how dare she deface it, etc.,
Yeah.
etc. My chair is back to being its usual level of
Yeah.
squeak.
What? What's he doing here?
Well, I mean, yeah, technically he should be in hospital monitored because the seizures can last for 24 hours. But, you know, whatever, he's probably fine, right? The prosecution seeks to call this gentleman to the stand. I don't know why I said it like that. Stand. With his testimony, my learned friend's futile resistance will be utterly crushed.
See, also, he could be lying.
Yeah, see, also, he very much does strike me as an liar.
You're calling him as a witness. Very well, counsel. I grant your request with interest. I'm curious to discover what the court shall hear from the victim himself. Oh my god.
It's a pole. I'm sorry, a baton. happy am I, Shamspear, to regale thee with my tale of woe, my lord. But I still have my own tale to tell, my own tale of worse woe. I can regale the court with the tale of my perfect innocence in perfect English.
That will do, Mr. Natsume. Let the court now hear from the victim.
I
Where did he come
recognise him.
from?
What was he? What?
Alright, so that's
Proust.
Mr. Shamspear. But who is that other man beside him?
I recognise him.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I feel sure that we've caught a glimpse of that man before.
Was it during the other case where we walked into this fuckface?
Must have been.
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know. State your names and occupations for the court, please, witnesses. A writer of words so sweet they do scent the breeze. An inventor of ideas so profound they compose the earth. The unrivaled poet, the unmatched scribe, William Shakespeare. Were the great bard to be recalled to life anew, lo, what a magnificent man! Good fellows, I am he who ponders such a miracle, William Shamspear. Oh, the name's Meterman. Adrian B. Meterman.
Adrian B. Meterman.
Adrian B?
Adrian B?
Adrian B? Adrian B. Well, you said B. There's definitely a B. You weren't wrong.
No, and he's a meter man.
He's a meter man.
What are you checking? The
For
gas?
the gas meter, I
Yeah, I
assume.
wonder. Are you checking for the gas leaks, mate?
Maybe.
No.
I work for the Altamont Gas Company, East End Branch Office.
Yeah.
I need to stop doing that voice. Oh, I remember now. It was yesterday on Briar Road. Yes, but where have I seen him before? Well, maybe he's on the front cover. Is he on the front cover of the game?
I don't.
Because that would have done it.
Oh yes, she's right. It's him. Oh, what's this?
Noises from the past. Is that soap or a kettle?
What's that man doing over there? It's literally the fucking blocks. We were
but
talking
we
about the
pulled
fact
them
they were
on-
outside.
I know. That's why I was asking about the soap.
And he looks. Oh, look again. He looks like
Sasaki
he's
stands
trying
still.
to look into Sasaki
He's
San's
not on the
lodgings.
ground floor, so it's really weird. And because he's clearly not.
No.
Is something wrong, Mr. Naruto?
Excuse me. Could we have a word?
Ah!
Coffee pops.
No. Maybe there is a problem with that specific meter, and or I don't know.
Yeah. We spotted him outside Mr. Garadab's house that morning, and he's a gas company employee. What do you have to do with this case? So, Mr. William Shamspear, you are the victim in this miserable affair, correct?
Oh heaven! Oh hell! Do you command me to remember that sweet poison that didst cross me and cross mine innocent lips? I subpoenaed him for the trial, with his doctor's permission, naturally. Hearing the testimony of the aggrieved will remove any room for doubt from the jurors' minds, I'm sure. Behold, you have only to rearrange the letters of my name to see that me's a seraph, an angel indeed. Thus be I noble of mind, sweet of nature, and verily honest of heart, as all heavenly angels be.
I'm so glad you get to read this asshole. Because there isn't a less contrite meaning in your name. No, not at all.
And the jurors seem to be very moved by this man, I'm afraid.
They're actually taking this seraph anagram too seriously?
Oof. What, you want to read this guy instead? Please feel free.
No. Thank you, witnesses, for your illuminating introductions. But, my lord, what's the man next to Mr. Shamspear doing here? The gas man, I mean.
What? Me? Well, now. Allow me to enlighten my learned friend. You recall, I presume, your earlier impertinence? When you suggested that the victim had another visitor to his room on the night in question? And moreover, that the victim is a compulsive liar?
So nothing about compulsive
No.
liar. I just said he's a liar.
No, quite.
What? No, I didn't quite say that.
This young chin stroker is here to controvert your wild claims conclusively. Is that not so, Mr. Meterman? Hey, hang on. No, I'm just here. I'm just here.
I hereby call for your formal testimonies. You will tell the court as lucidly as possible what happened on the night in question.
One may smile and be a villain. Yes, it doth pain me, but let the truth be spoken, the truth of that wintry night of my discontent.
Okay.
Witness testimony. The wintry night of my discontent.
I'm gonna be an asshole and say that we start tomorrow here. So I think for our little brains, it will be a good place.
It's probably a good point, yeah.
And I have done so many stupid things over the last couple of days that I need to get an early night.
It's true.
My
That is a
brain.
line to pull up, given we have the whole winter of discontent thing here, yeah. Classic England, innit?
So a fun place, all merry and shit, right?
The old Marion shit, innit? Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm quite excited actually about this case.
It's a very, so far, pretty stupid case, but I do,
I'm
like,
here for
everyone's just really got it in for poor Mr. Soseki-san.
Yeah, I'm like, sir, oh my god, and then you're in Japan and like you're just catching crabs.
Yeah.
And you get caught
And
in
you
all
get
this.
caught in all this.
Like,
You probably caught the crabs from this guy, actually. Originally.
oof. Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I think you might be onto something there.
I'm throwing shade. I'm shouting.
You sure are.
I'm spouting slander.
Mm-hmm. God, I want to punch this man.
Well, maybe we can later.
I hope so.
You don't know. We don't know what he's done.
He doesn't piss me off as much as Eggert did.
No, but like
Eggert was worse.
I was kind of still sort of on his weird side until he accused Suzeki-san
Yeah.
of doing a murder.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I guess it's possible that he assumes that that's what happened, and he's not actually deliberately trying to fool us. But also, I don't know. They don't.
I don't know.
Normally...
He lost an argument, and
yeah,
then he faked
lost.
his own
He
death.
lost an argument, and then faked his own death, or maybe lost an argument and just tried to commit suicide. God knows. Or maybe there was strychnine in the soap, or maybe he ate rat poison. We just don't know. But we will find out. I hope.
I still want to know what's up with those weird soap blocks. That's my big
Yeah.
mystery right now. The
Yeah.
soap mystery
Yeah.
of October 2024.
Yeah.
Soaptober.
Soaptober.
Sadly,
You know what?
Soaptember is gone.
Yeah, but I like Soaptober.
Still has the O in it,
Or
right?
like the season of soap and mellow fruitfulness. If we're going on the literary.
Yeah.
Season of mists and mellow
Yeah.
fruitfulness. You know that one?
No.
Oh, I think
I
it's...
do, sort
is it
of, but I
Keats?
don't.
Is it Keats? I don't know. I need to...
Well.
It's probably not.
But yeah, we'll try and be slightly earlier tomorrow. Today.
It is Keats!
It is
Oh,
good.
wow,
Don't
I'm
slam
good at
the
this.
Table.
Oh,
The microphone doesn't like.
It's To Autumn. It's
To
called, the
Autumn.
title is To Autumn.
Ah.
By John Keats. Spoiled Season of Soap 2024. You know what? But actually, if we're doing the Natsume thing, we need an extra word in there, right?
I think so.
Spoiled Season of something soap 2024, right?
Yeah.
Suspicious soap? Is there a word that like begins with "s" that means sus? Spoiled Season of sussy soap.
Spoiled season of sussy soap.
Or maybe just sus soap. But I think sus soap has a weird ring to it.
No, I really like the spoiled season of sussy soap.
Unless you can think of another word that's better. Longer. Spoiled season of suspicious soap. You know what? Suspicious is better.
Yeah.
It's better.
It
sounds
better.
better.
In this whole thing, no.
Spoiled season of suspicious soap.
2024. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Keeping that around. Yeah. Thank you.
Cool.
So
excellent.
It's time.
It's time
to go to bed.
Yep. Yep. Thanks for coming to
our
stream.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Sorry that once again we started a little late. We'll try and do better tomorrow.
Yes.
But today really was an unavoidable emergency.
Why does this keep happening?
It's just it's crazy.
Life
but
hates me.
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, you had to refund like X number of Patreon members manually before stream, and it was kind of urgently.
Never let that happen. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, I feel like it was my fault. Anyway.
Anyway, yes.
Don't forget, keep the soap full of hope. Yeah. Finally, one that sort of rhymes. Yeah. Always follow the co-op motto: live, laugh, objection. And until next time, we hope you will be well. Good night.
Good night.